No more war. We do not accept that in any circumstances, for any reason, there should be war. We have nailed it to the pillory as a dreadful crime committed between people. In 1938, all of Europe proclaimed that war was a crime. But here, in Germany, one man, Adolf Hitler, and one party, the Nazi Party, wanted war. They decided to tear up the Treaty of Versailles and to remake the map of Europe by force. Since 1936, Hitler has reoccupied the Rhineland, annexed Austria, and crushed the Sudetenland. He must be stopped, but no one dares. Paris. In the summer of 1938, Edouard Daladier, President of the French Council, returns from Munich, where he is given in once more to Hitler. In spite of existing treaties, France and England have abandoned Czechoslovakia. She will soon be carved up. Meanwhile, Daladier is wildly acclaimed. France has just broken her word. That doesn't matter, as long as peace is assured.
I am certain now, thanks to the wish for mutual concessions and to the spirit of collaboration which has strongly animated the action of the heads of government of the four great Western powers, that the peace is safe today.
France, worn out, divided, and obsessed by the memory of the slaughters of the First World War, heaves a sigh of relief. The French right, traumatized by the Popular Front and by the Spanish War, is obsessed with communism and cherishes a secret admiration for Hitler and Mussolini, strong men who know how to maintain order in their countries. And the left, are they going to fan the flame of patriotism against fascism? August the 23rd, 1939. Von Ribbentrop, the German foreign minister, flies to Moscow. He's going to sign a non-aggression pact with Soviet Russia. The French left is stunned. How can this be possible? Hitler wants a free hand in the east because he intends to attack Poland. He knows this will mean war with England and France, but he doesn't want to fight on two fronts simultaneously. Stalin, faced with the delaying tactics of the Western democracies, has done an about turn. He wants to gain time. Summer 1939. This is the third summer that paid holidays are given to French workers. The French are only beginning to enjoy the benefits of the Popular Front. September the 1st. At dawn, without declaring war, the German troops go into Poland. An irresistible force, 63 divisions, of which 6 are armored, supported by 2,000 planes. Faced with this, the Poles can only field 12 cavalry brigades and 300 planes. In spite of their legendary bravery, what can the Polish lancers do against the German armor? In London and Paris, there are anguished consultations about the invasion of Poland. This time, there must be no drawing back. Paris and London send Hitler an ultimatum. If hostilities have not ceased before midday on September the 3rd, it is war. In Paris, Edouard Daladier doesn't dare to submit this decision openly to Parliament. He simply asks them to vote him exceptional military authority. In the French Assembly, the word war will not even be mentioned in the course of this debate, in which Deputy Louis Jacquinot took part.
I have to say that the Assembly wasn't unanimous. One must recognize that. And then there was a history of ambiguity, because the declaration of war was made under the guise of a vote for military authority. Daladier must be blamed for this method of presenting the declaration of war, as I told you. The truth is that negotiations were continuing, and I have the impression, in contrast to the British, that there was a hope all the same that the war wouldn't happen, or at least that the Germans wouldn't attack France.
What was the atmosphere like here?
Very disturbed. There really wasn't the enthusiasm of the First War. I was young in 1914. There was, without doubt, national unity, at least in the Assembly. The Assembly was unanimous. There wasn't, first of all, the eagerness. One must say the country, after draining itself, as it did in 1914, didn't want to experience a second war. There was still a feeling that it wasn't right to excite the heart and not to show enthusiasm for a fight.
France goes into the war, but holding back all the way.
We will make war because it is thrust upon us. Each one of us is at his post on the frontiers of France. In this land of liberty, where respect for human dignity has one of its last refuges, you must combine all your efforts with a deep feeling of concord and fraternity for the welfare of the country. Long live France. Vive la France.
More than half those who went to fight had already fought in the First World War. André Arquin, commander of the 34th Infantry Regiment. Monsieur Arquin, this plaque brings back memories to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it brings back great memories. I found myself there on August 25th, 1914, mobilized in my turn, and in 1939, there I was again at the same place on the platform. The faces weren't the same, though. In 1914, they had an enthusiasm, they had something, it was exciting. Whereas in 1939, people were thoughtful. They thought of all the things they had left, because to make war again within 20 years is hard.